Good Saturday morning to you, ladies. We have a wealthy woman mastermind of these incredible brains and women that you see. They're women with incredible brains and warriors and magnetic women. And we're part of this worthy collective. And we had some serious golden nuggets, magnetic golden nuggets, all these little hashtags that we could give you, such tips, inspiration, and we wanted to make sure that you have this today. So, Miss Tam, can you start with your incredible quote?
Sure. This was from chapter 4 in Worthy that which is called "You Have Greatness Inside You." And the quote is from Glennon Doyle that says, "We must stop asking people for directions to places they've never been."
Mic drop on that one. And so that perfect quote segues to Miss Heidi with, like, can we just say you look like absolutely stunning,
Yes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Gorgeous,
Like,
darling. Gorgeous.
right out of a magazine.
I clean up nicely.
Yes.
We were joking just a bit because she was in the shower and we were on speakerphone and we're like, your video's on. And I'm sure there was that scramble of like, it's not, because we've all gone to the bathroom with our phone and we have realized we don't need to be on video. So, Miss Heidi, would you share for just a second about looking back?
Yeah. So I think sometimes, or a lot of times, I think in life, we just live, right? We don't even think about it when things happen or, as we're growing up and all this stuff. And so we don't realize at the time that what we're actually doing is living the things that we want to be living in our dreams. And so looking back on my life over the past 30 plus years, realizing that there are things that I dreamt about as a kid, and then as a young adult, and then as just things that you kind of, as a grown up now, an older midlife person, take for granted. But like for me, I was just reflecting back on like dreams that I had as a kid, and realized that, yeah, those were dreams, and all of the dreams and visions and goals that I had accomplished, that sort of just, as you're in a different phase of life, get pushed back, just as life, quote unquote, I guess. And realizing that, look back on your life, on all parts of your life, and see, have I done things that I've wanted to do? And then, yes, I'm sure we all have. And then look ahead and think, I've done this before. I can do it again. And I can also help other people do it at the same time, which goes back to the quote that Tam just said.
100%. I love that. That reflection and that timeline that we have the ability to acknowledge for ourselves, and no comparison to anyone else, and recognizing what we've achieved. That's awesome. Thank you. I know you have somewhere to be, so if you need to take your video off, we understand.
Okay.
Thanks. And Miss Stace, so bringing it absolutely current and choosing to step in because you reflected on a timeline for you. Would you like to share?
Yes. So this week I've just realized how I've shown up in the past and how I want to show up now, and just stepping into that showing up authentically, not just with the thoughts in my head, moving those thoughts to actions and being there in the most authentic way I could to support loved ones through a really traumatic thing right now. And it just, I couldn't have done this 6 months ago. I know I couldn't have. And the growth through this collaboration has just helped unground my feet, I guess, unstick my feet and move them. I was stuck for a long time in it. Just I'll just stay here and watch. And now I want to get involved.
So good. And what a blessing you are to your friend for being that stability, because she was such a stable person, soul, connection for you 30 years ago and now how you're showing up, yet you never wanted this in common. I know no one wants this at all. There's a layer of grief that I can't speak to. So that acknowledgement is so incredibly powerful. And we said that this week you could have opted out, right? And there's lots of different ways that people can opt out in situations and things and just not show up. Maybe be there physically, but not be there mentally. And you could have somewhat done it like here and there when you felt like it. And you did not check those boxes. You said, I'm going to show up. And it was hard, yet it was also something significant because that car ride with your girls, I'm sure will be a forever memory because you were able to step into the conversation so differently and have them shed tears and recognize that it's okay to shed tears. And that's so natural for our body to experience. And we can still be strong and we can still be a warrior with tears. So I can't wait for you to teach tomorrow. It's going to be incredible. So incredible. I love it. And last but not least, Miss Lori having a powerful woman of Menu to step into you yesterday about your future. So what would you like to
Yes,
share?
ladies. So as we journey on this worthy journey together, I'm also having a coach help me because there's places I want to go and build and within myself. So you hang around with people that are already doing what you want to do. So use your imagination, once as you grow and fill yourself up with this worthiness, what are you going to be doing with yourself? What's your life going to look like? What are you going to be eating? What are you going to be driving? What are you going to be wearing? What do you do? Where are you? So using that imagination, because that is God. That is God. God wants us to use our imagination to be able to expand and create the life that we desire and what's on our heart. So yes, we're all in this together. Build it and be in a supportive community is such a blessing. And we're so glad and honored that you're here. And let's see where we go. It's so exciting and all the things. So yes.
Good, so good. So last but not least, Tamara, can you say that quote for us one
Sure.
more time?
We must stop asking people for directions to places they've never been.
I have chills all over my body. So good. So good. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. And we have a private Facebook group. Our Worthy Collective is closed until the middle of September, and we'll have more details for you to join in our live and get more nuggets and more live interaction. But in the meantime, we wanted to give you some inspiration so that you could recognize what is possible and available for you. Have a great day.